Welcome back. It's no secret that Hollywood is a tough place for actors to survive, right?
Yeah.
We've heard the horror stories.
Yes.
You're not skinny enough, you're not tall enough, you're not young enough.
Oh, yeah.
The list goes on.
Yeah, we know. We both have lived and worked in Hollywood and L.A. for some time, but now we're here. It's more fabulous. But, you know, some Hollywood actors have managed to defy the odds and have long, successful careers. Our certified movie critic tells us more. Her name is Tony Gonzalez. Take it away, Tony.
How long were you a slave of Rome?
Having a long and successful career in Hollywood is not the norm, but three veteran actors, Jeff Bridges, Robert Redford, and Morgan Freeman, have made it look easy with more than 250 acting credits between them.
Nobody can survive in that forest for 6 years, at least not alone.
Oscar-winning director and actor Robert Redford's latest movie is Pete's Dragon. It's a kids-friendly reboot of the 1977 film. The 79-year-old also co-founded the Sundance Institute after he saw big studios shying away from small independent movies.
They begin to divest on the smaller, more humanistic films. And that was a change that I was sorry to see happen, which actually led to the idea of wanting to start Sundance and start independent film, an enterprise that would support the survival of independent film.
I may have one hunt left in me.
Jeff Bridges also stars in Hell or High Water, playing a Texas Ranger pursuing bank robbers. While he has no problem getting roles, he still gets nervous about making characters shine on the screen.
My struggle was, and it still is, doing justice by, to my opportunities when I got going, and will I be able to, live up to those opportunities? That's kind of my struggle.
What is your name?
And with the release of the Ben-Hur remake, Morgan Freeman is happy to see casting directors make diversity a priority.
Hollywood is bending over backwards sometimes to make sure that the stories that you see reflect the world as it is, reflect America as it is in all of its diversity. I used to go to the movies when I was a kid. If you saw somebody black in there, you better be funny. That is so far from the truth today that we can all hold our heads up high.
I love watching any movie pretty much with those guys. You heard Tony talk about Jeff Bridges in Hell or High Water. She just won't stop talking about this movie.
She doesn't shut up, does
It
she?
looks cool, though. It looks really cool.
It does look good. She's actually going to be joining us tomorrow to give us more on her review. So good stuff. All right, Colin Firth, Nicole Kidman, little Jude Law, Courtney.
Yeah.
Does that have your attention? Everybody?
Oh, yeah, she does. Dealing with a diva, especially one labeled a genius, is not always, well, I don't know if you're labeled a genius.
Genius. No, you had that part right.
It can be soul-sucking. It can be time-consuming. And it also can be really fun sometimes. All right, we're not talking about me or Steph or even the actors that she just listed, but I am talking about one of the characters that Jude Law plays in this new movie that's out now on DVD. Take a look at Genius.
Mr. Perkins.
You must be Thomas Wolfe.
Prefer to get my rejections in the mail, but I wanted to meet you. The man who first read Hemingway. F. Scott Fitzgerald and said genius. Every son of a publisher in New York hates my book.
Mr. Wolfe, we intend to publish your book.
Max, this is Mrs. Bernstein.
Mr. Perkins.
She's the first person who told me my writing was worth anything.
They're calling you a genius, God help you.
Now I'm a Scribner's bestseller. I deserve a little of the highlight.
Max tells us you're working on a new book.
It's about America. All of it. I have it, a new book. Bring it in, guys. Here you go.
We can do it.
How long?
9 months. If you resist the temptation to add more.
I have to be able to add more.
The book is 5,000 pages long.
Point taken. All right. Cut.
You've been working every night for 2 years. Do you have any idea what it's like coming home to an empty apartment every night? I've lost him to your husband.
Your daughters, they want their father back.
My job, it's what I do. 2 years and the book's only 100 pages shorter.
I bring you stuff rich right from my gut. You wouldn't do this to Hemingway, to Fitzgerald.
Stop it.
You, of all people, just so damn scared to live.
There are other ways to live. God help anyone who loves you, Tom, because for all your millions of beautiful words, you haven't the slightest idea of what it means to be alive.
Max thinks he created me. He crippled me. He deformed my work.
He made all your dreams come true. He gave you a career.
Look what you have done to me. You hurt me.
I can't turn my back on the work.
Make your choice, Tom, right now.
That's what we editors lose sleep over, you know? Are we really making books better, or just making them different?
In all my life, until I met you, I never had a friend.
You have no idea what I had to go through so I can look at you and feel nothing.
A writer like Tom, I get one in a lifetime.
You get your daughters for the same lifetime.
There's one paragraph I have to add to the book.
My God.
I have to
if you
add.
start adding paragraphs, we're sunk.
This book is dedicated to Maxwell Everts Perkins. The author hopes this book will prove worthy of him.
That kind of had me on the edge of my seat a little bit. I like that.
With you.
You know,
Good, though.
when you are labeled a genius, it is hard.
It's hard.
People are affecting your work. Stephanie should know. Okay, moving right along. Since we're on the topic of books, let's check in with the New York Times bestseller list. All right. First up in fiction, The Underground Railroad by Colin Whitehead. It's about a slave girl who heads towards freedom on the tracks and tunnels. And then we have Insidious by Catherine Coulter. This thrilling FBI novel focuses on 2 criminal cases to solve. Next up, Truly Madly Guilty by Leanne Moriarty. I like this one. A tense turning point for 3 couples at a backyard barbecue gone wrong. All right. Bullseye by James Patterson and Michael Ledwidge. A detective must stop a team of assassins from killing the President of the United States. And rounding out the top 5 is 3 Sisters, 3 Queens by Philip Gregory. This book is about ties and conflicts among 3 royal women in the court of Henry VIII. A drama.
A drama. Now on to the best nonfiction sellers. Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance. This book focuses on the struggles of America's white working class. When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Calanthe, a memoir by a physician who received a diagnosis of stage 4 lung cancer at the age of 36. Armageddon by Dick Morris and Eileen McGann. The political strategist offers a game plan for this current political race for presidency. Also, Hillary's America by Dinesh D'Souza. The conservative author shares his take on the upcoming election. And lastly, Crisis of Character by Gary Byrne with Grant Schmidt. It's a former Secret Service officer who shares his inside information while he worked in the White House.
Interesting. A lot of good reads there.
Yeah.